What is a responsive design? It's a design that can adapt to any screen size. All right, and that's what I'll be showing you with this um, design that I have created on the right. Now, this is what we're going to do today. We'll be able to, at the end of the day, understand how to fill containers and hog content. I hope that makes sense. Without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, the first things you want to do is create a layout grid. So go to your layout grid property over at the right, click on it, and what I'll do is change the grid to columns, and I'll change that the count to 2, and then the margin I'll put 20. Now, with that done, I would bring this into our frame. I'll change the background of this frame to F7, F7, F7. I love this gray because it gives a natural drop shadow to the white. It looks more like the white has a drop shadow, but it doesn't. And that's one thing I love about this color. All right, the next thing we'll do is position this here. All right, and then we'll drag this to this point. Now, what you need to know is that everything you design has to be in auto layout. So if it's not in auto layout, this may not really work. So once we've been able to achieve this, all right, just defining how responsive this would be in regards to the margin of the frame, then we can go ahead to create a responsive design. So with this already laid out, I would select this top traffic and choose this other one. So we're doing this from scratch, so I'm creating an auto layout. All right, so I'll select this, I'll define its length, and I'll select this one and click on auto layout. Now, why I'm extending it that way is because I would want to type things and I don't want them to go beyond that part, or I don't want to always have to stretch things out manually. So I will just type in. You can see if I type all of this, it goes to the next line. So if I had a word like top traffic in XYZ place, it will take up this space. So that is what I've done to define this little space. All right, next thing, we've defined this, so I'm going to select it with this and this, and I'll put them in auto layout. All right, extend the stroke. All right, and then I can move on with our design. All right, so with this one, we would put all of them in auto layout. Now they're in an auto layout frame. All right, and then we can extend the margin of the frame. That's the horizontal padding. I will put 16, and the height is already in 14. I'll change that to 16. So we have this now, but these guys did not flow the same way with these other guys. All right, so how can we do that? Let's extend this a bit so that it matches with our margin. It's usually, yeah, so that's it. All right, so the next thing I'll do is to create the responsive design which you have come here for. I just had to take you through a short journey. To create it, all we need to do is select this frame, this particular frame that contains all these list items. I mean, all of those content. Select it, go up here and change it to fill container. Now, this line is going to extend to the end. So click that and it extends to the end. Now, what you are trying to tell this in layman term is, I want you guys to fill up this entire space. So say for instance you have let's use a plastic. Right? I think that's the best we can do, like a rubber, and we have a room, an empty room, and we want that rubber to, or an empty space, we want that rubber to run from end to end. What is to stretch it. So what you're basically telling this is, I want you to fill this entire space. All right, and I hope that illustration was worth it. All right, and then on the other end, once you click on fill container, on the other end is usually in hog content. So remember our intro, hog content and fill container. So fill container on the left and hog content on the right. Now you would have to do this for each of them. Now this is in an auto layout. I'm going to change the space between them to 24. All right, so that they can have some breathing space. And then you would have to select them one at a time. So each content, this is one containing all of this, the title, the rate, and this bar over here. So you select all of them. I'm holding my shift. All right, you can do them one after the other, but in order for you to be faster, you have to select all of them this way, and they are going to carry out the same action, so there's no need doing them one at a time. So go up here and click on fill container. Now they will extend to the margin, and that is why you need it to be in an auto layout frame, because you've already defined their touch points. So these touch points are points where they won't go beyond. All right, so and the other one is in whole content. So fill container and whole content. Well done. I'll buy you Capri Sun. All right, so we can proceed now. This would not work. Obviously it's not working. If I try to reduce it, you can see nothing is happening. We've not got it there yet. It's still there. So the next thing we're going to do is choose this reader, the reader bars, select all of them. All right, so I'm selecting all of them. Can hold shift and select them. I had grouped them, so there are two rectangles that were placed on each other and then grouped. Control G to group, or you put them in a frame. So, but the best bet is to group them. So group them and then select all of them this way. And then what are we going to do? Very easy. Go back there and choose fill container. Now that one has been fixed. All right, now we have that one and we don't have to do any other thing. Now if we try to reduce this particular frame, it will reduce with our frame. So that one has been sorted. The next one we'll have to do are this other one. So I'm going to just select all of the right hand side. All right, and then we're going to click on what? Fill container. You're getting it. That is how to do it. You know, grab up for yourself. All right, so click on fill container, and that didn't work. So let's start it from. I'm so sorry about that. We're supposed to do it for the top. So you're going to select all of this top because you can see where it stopped. So it has a touch point of this place. You want it to run from here to the end. So you select all of them. So we're going to select all of the top, and we'll come back to do it for each of them on a row. So go back, you can see it's the hog container, and that's why it didn't work. So we're going to change it to fill container. Now you can clap hands for yourself. Alright, the next one is the 5.5. So we're going to select all of the right hand side. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing. What are we going to do? Fill container. So click on fill container and it will extend to the end. Alright, you don't need to manually move it with auto layout. Alright, and then the other side will be on hog content. So find someone and hog. Alright, on the other end, we're going to do the same thing. Because that one is fixed doesn't mean the left hand side will work. Now, mind you, what we want to do is to ensure that whatever content it has adjusts with our frame. So if I select all and reduce it, you see every other thing will work except these left titles, which are the social media. So this is working. You can see the amounts are working, but the left hand side is not working. So you do the same thing. Just select all of them and you click on fill container. All right, with that you are done. Now all you have to do is just make any adjustments I'd like to make an adjustment here. 16. Double tap that. Choose 16, and that's all. Nothing else. All right. So you can now select this and reduce it, and it would adjust with your content. All right. No matter how long it is, it would also be responsive in that manner. All right, so that's it. And the other one you can do is to do it to the same, to this fill container, and whatever you do would affect this one. Now, we've not done this one, so you can go ahead and play around it and see what you get from it. All right, guys, that's all for today. I was timing 10 minutes and it's 11 minutes. I'll see you guys very soon. After the video, I just noticed I did not turn off the grid for you to see what I was doing clearly. I apologize for that. So this is still it. This is what we just finished, and that's how responsive it works. All right, guys, I'll see you soon, like I said.